Midnight Charlie Man, Patrick, how are you doing? Something on my mind actually, and I do admit that I've rehearsed this. Or actually, the thing is that I've been thinking about this off and on in my head over the past 10 hours, and this is sort of take two. I got, look, 5 minutes ago I pressed record in the camera, and this thing's not stable. It's okay. It will be suffice. It's not going to be moving anywhere. Now what happened, I pressed record before, I got 30 seconds in and that faded dramatically, and I went back upstairs to get the recharger. Okay, in a previous video about the Jimmy Page Anthology, what happened was I presented, well, I didn't present this, I showed this. I showed this. My sister bought this for me in about 2010, and what happened was about 15 minutes ago upstairs, I thought I'd like a witness to see me open this. So I went into Michelle's den. She's doing some writing this afternoon. Went into her study den, and the shrink wrap was on, and what I did was I just tore it here, and I thought I'd come down here to do the rest. So my OCD, it's all to do with my OCD, for the reason that I don't open things, and my OCD does get a bit complicated. I've had my OCD for many years, and it does sort of prevent me. Inhibit is a good word to use. It can inhibit me sometimes, but also I think maybe some things are precious, and I just wanted to preserve them. Now, so I thought I'd take the rest of this off. I'll take the rest of this off now. I did that rip before, so this is. So I suppose I would like to open it in front of my sister. She doesn't live anywhere near me. She lives a good 50 k's away. Anyway, opened, and it's a little bit strange to do so, but I really wanted to do this, and I'm about 40 degrees in this coat. Take it off then. We can do this the easy way. Now, I should open it. Oh, this is the back cover. This is the back cover. I'm going to try and handle this very carefully. Very carefully. This is like, wow. That looks a bit like John Lennon on the back there, doesn't it? A little bit like John Lennon. Beautiful gold, isn't it? Now I'm going to handle this very carefully. I have no idea what's on the inside of here. I don't have my glasses with me, so this is quite heavy. It's very heavy. I don't think you can see the pages here. I'm going to try and handle this very carefully. So I'm not going to go through the entire book, okay, but it looks absolutely wonderful. It looks completely wonderful. I'm trying to handle this very carefully, very carefully. This is it's extraordinarily heavy, and it's Coverdale page, and look, I'm not going to flick through this too much. I really just wanted to. I decided to open this. I decided to open it. I do feel good about opening it, yes, because I suppose that these things they're probably all the passport stamps, I think. I should probably wear gloves for this. And it's wonderful. Oh, wait, is that where the dove flew onto Robert Plant's hand, and then it flew off. I think that could have been the concert. But this is, I think it's terrific. It's absolutely terrific. And this reminds me of the Dazed and Confused clip. Well, that is from Dazed and Confused, because Dazed and Confused was one of the first, rock and roll was one of the very first clips I ever saw. It happened to be on Rage, because they never showed it on MTV, they just showed it on Rage. Rage! And I'm not going to handle any more of this book. I just I'll flip through a few. So thanks, Trish. Oh, I actually got a picture of I actually have a picture of my sister here. And this I actually do have a picture of it here. Because I got these pictures just sitting here. Actually, this is my sister. This is my sister, Trish. This photo was taken in about, I think it was taken in 2008, maybe 2009. Somewhere between 2007 and 2009 this photo was taken. That's my sister Trish there. She's a terrific person. Has helped me out many times throughout the years. Wonderful, caring, lovely person. Good sister. She's a very good sister. Yes, I thought I'd just throw it in there. That was out in the town of Newtown. I just remembered the photo was here. So this is quite I proudly own this book, and will endeavour to take very good care of it. And I thought, you know what, I can open it. I will open this. The cover is of a particular material. Love the smell of a new book. So maybe I can get used to doing things like that, like this now. I love how the gold, like the gold on that. The gold's beautiful, isn't it? I won't sing. Many is the mile. That's heavy. That was heavy. I'm about 1 million degrees in this, actually. I'm close to passing out. I was like, will I keep it on? And I was like, no, because I'm just like, that's instant aircon. Instant air conditioning. Okay, so alright, now I also have something else to show, because in 2000 I have a story to tell. Yeah, you like the gold? I hope that's not reflecting in the lens. That is so wonderful. Thank you so much, Trish. Beautiful present. Thank you so much. And I finally opened it 8 years. Not 8 years later. I opened it 11 years later. But I have opened it. My sister's going to be like, what? In 2000, I would like to speak about this. In 2000 and approximately 2012, I'm walking along King Street, Newtown with Bernie, up from the southern end. We're on the southern end. We're walking up. And for those of you who might be in America or Europe, Newtown, Sydney's inner west, about 15 minutes outside of the Sydney CBD. Oh, tight chest. I'm a bit short of breath. Now, we're walking up King Street. I can't remember what time of day it was. Walking up King Street, and there's a shop, a record. There's a record store. It's called Repressed Records. I just remembered the name of it about 20 minutes ago. Repressed Records. It mainly caters for punk music. Got some death metal in there, some black metal. You got rock and roll. You get Iggy Pop stuff in there. You get a lot of punk stuff in there. I was walking past one day and I looked in the window and I saw this in the window, and saw this in the window and walked by it, walked past or something, and then I said, that looked good, that Led Zeppelin thing, that looked good. And then, and Bernie said, you should get it. You should totally get that. Walked back into there, and I said something to, the guy who was behind the counter. I can't remember what I said to him. I said, oh, that Led Zeppelin looks good. He said, it's not vinyl. I'm like, okay. He said, it's not vinyl. And I'm like, okay. And $25. It was $25. And I can't remember if originally in the store, and then we left, and then went back because I really wanted it. We got half a block, and I'm like, I'm going back for it. And so I went up to the counter. I went up to the counter with it, and I said, good afternoon. I said, yes. I said, I would like to purchase this. And he said, it's not vinyl, you know that. And I'm like, I'm aware of that. I'm aware I'd like to make the purchase. He said, yeah, all right. Because what happened, I think Repressed Records frown upon it. They've got like 80%. They've got 8% vinyl on there. They've got about 20% CD, maybe 30% CD. I don't think they respect CD very much with certain things. And I think that if this had been vinyl, it probably would have been $80. They don't look favourably upon CD, but they do have a CD section. They just don't look favourably. I can't say that word, favourably upon it. And another thing I wanted to say about this. First of all, this is the bark, and it's in pretty good condition too. This came out in '93, I think. So this is something I wanted to tell you. Actually, yeah, look inside. Just inside. And this. Isn't that nice? Try to handle these things carefully. And we have. Oh, what's that? Oh! Oh, look at that! Oh! Well, that's pretty alright then. I haven't got my glasses with me. I think that's hard. Okay, well, that's on. Oh, well, I'm going to. That just sort of fell out. Oh, it didn't fall out. It was just, okay. Well, I'm going to put. That's very good. I like that. Previous owner may have left that in there. Now, it's a very nice booklet. Actually, a very nice book. This seems to be a. This seems to. Be very careful with these things. So, oh, okay. So this is very careful with it. And on this side here, just one element. Okay. Okay, so let's be very careful with these. I'm going to buy some gloves so I can handle it in the most appropriate way. Now, I'm going to put that back in there in a moment. Just have a quick flip through this. This is terrific. It's terrific. And what happened was I'll tell you what happened. In about approximately 1992, I went into the Sydney CBD, and I went to the Pitt Street Mall, and I went to into the Pitt Street Mall, and just tie this up. Actually, look, well, just wait one moment. These are. I don't need to take them out. Look. It's a nice, very nice setup. I think I heard this on cassette back in the day. And put this back in here. Now what I'm going to do is put this here. Where's the container? Oh. Okay. So 1992. Went to the CBD one day. 1992, went to the CBD one day, the Pitt Street Mall in Sydney, and you had HMV and you had Virgin Megastore directly opposite each other. And I walked downstairs to Virgin Megastore. And I walked down the stairs, and I got downstairs, there was a mountain of these, all set up, brand new, $50. Silly me didn't get it. Silly me did not get it. And I said to my friend, I said to my friend Richie, I said, I went to City today, I went to Virgin Megastore, they had a mountain Led Zeppelin CDs remastered. He said, oh, did you get it? I said, oh, no. He was like, what? Why didn't you get that? Oh, he said, dude, she should have got it. Anyway, I went back 2 days later, all gone, totally, completely gone. I think he managed to get a copy on cassette. A mountain of these for $50 each at the time. My gosh, yes, I did regret not doing that over the years. And then, as I said, 8 years ago, 12 years ago now. So I've had this for 12 years then. No, I've had this for 10 years. I've had this for about 9 years. I've had this for about 10 years. And so, and then HMV, I mean, Virgin Megastore, always had terrific stuff. It always had fantastic stuff. And it closed in around about 2005, I think. I think it closed its doors in around 2005. No, 2006. I think 2006, maybe 2007, probably 2007. It was a fantastic store. You had HMV on one side, you had Virgin Megastore, and then you had Virgin Megastore Darling Harbour as well. So I was particularly. That's so cool, isn't it? Isn't that really good? This is that's pretty cool. That's very nice. Actually, I'll just put it back in the thing so I don't lose it. That was my glasses for the other pair that I don't use. I'll just put this in here, eh? I'll just put this in here. Hey, yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh. You know, it would have been really terrific to. Excuse me. So I'm just going to pick up these. I think it's just to do with my OCD. I always have to correct things. I thought this was a very good deal for $25, even though it was second-hand. I just thought would be good to have it. I used to collect a lot of Led Zeppelin stuff. I used to search and hunt down a lot of the bootlegs when I was in my early 20s. After I got out of high school. And then at one point I thought, I just want to get on with other things in my life. I wasn't devoting every waking hour to it, but at one point I was like, all right, I got myself a bunch of Led Zeppelin memorabilia. That's it. That's enough. Time to do other things. So I got a bunch of Led Zeppelin stuff, which is nice to have. It's nice to have, but there's only so much I need. I was about to say there's only so much you need, but I can't speak for everyone. There's only so much I need. And I wanted to, and I had told the story in my head. I was upstairs filming this in my head. I thought, you know what, I actually need to film this today. I need to go in the garage and just film this today because it's in my head now. And because, this is terrific as well. I've got my DVD upstairs. The DVD of this, of this. I forgot to bring it down. Okay. So, there's a bit of a story to this. So, I bought this in 2004 from HMV in the city. HMV went into the Sydney CBD to HMV, so you can see that there, can't you? Okay, so, and this is unopened. Well, there was a bit of a silly reason in a sense. Well, I actually thought about my explanation for this a few days ago. I thought, how could I possibly say this without being haunting? And then, so, I bought this for someone that I knew at the time, but I didn't get to give it to them, and we'll leave it at that. And then I thought, one day I will open it one day, and I've decided to let a certain amount of time pass, not 10, 16, oh geez, really 18 years? Oh, I should open this soon. I thought I'll let it sit for a couple of years. Literally, I thought I'll just let this sit for a couple. I'll just let this sit for a couple of years. And what happened was I forget I had this. I actually do forget that I have it. You know, you put DVD in the cupboard or in the box. You put it somewhere with the other DVDs and you just forget it's there. And then every 5 or 6 years you're going through your DVDs or whatnot and you think, oh, I didn't know I had that. I remembered I had it. So that's the case with this. And I will open it. I'm not going to open it right now, but I will open it. And I will open it. Just going to pop this on the end of the. I'm going to pop this on the end of this video. So this is a real gem. This is an absolute gem, and I'm trying to handle this very, very carefully. So we've got. It really is a wonderful book. The photographs. I really love black and white photographs. Actually, I love black and white ones, and. I think it'd be nice to sit down sometime and just look through this and just look back in history, look at the past, rock and roll, and one of the first formations of rock and roll, along with Leonard Skinner and Black Sabbath and Deep Purple, and Scorpions and of course ACDC, and there's so many incarnations in the rock and roll society, rock and roll realm. I've seen. I remember seeing a Dazed and Confused clip on Rage, which is it's Australia wide. I was about to say it's Sydney based, but Rage is an Australia-wide music program which has been running since about 1984. I actually looked it up a while back. It's been running since 1984, and they showed everything that MTV didn't. So MTV showed a certain amount of clips, right? I just said Rage started somewhere around 1984. No, I'm just upstairs. I'm just upstairs watching this, putting it together. Rage actually started Rage in Australia wide. It started in Sydney. Rage started in 1987. Actually, 17th of April 1987. I said 1984. Wasn't. It was 1987. So I was watching MTV first with Richard Wilkins, or with Richard Wilkins hosting. MTV showed a certain amount of clips. Credit to Richard Wilkins too. Richard Wilkins got that kicked off. I've met him. Very nice guy. Met him in 2008. Tall, towered over me. Met him. Spoke with him for 2 minutes. Top bloke. Really nice guy. Well, he was to me anyway. And he hosted the long-running host of. I think it was the only host of MTV. Dazed and Confused, a 26-minute version, but Dazed and Confused on Rage. That's where I first noticed Led Zeppelin on Rage. And the camera's not picking up. I can't put this up any further because this is incredibly heavy. And so you might not be getting any of this, but I hope that you are. Just thought I'd go through a few pages there and give you an idea of what's in this wonderful, I am looking for a very particular word. I can't find it now in this wonderful book with a lot of variety in it, but I can't find the word I'm looking for. This is it's really something. Okay, so. So I consider this an accomplishment. This is an accomplishment now, and it's being fulfilled. I had my sister's present to me, and I tore a bit of this. I didn't tear it. I don't. I was a bit of it next to Michelle, and I said I'll do the rest on camera. And so I have this proudly in my collection now. I've taken very good care of it. And do you remember Rage? Because Rage would look, the two top programs right in the 80s were into the 90s Rage and MTV. And those were the good old days that I discovered everything. I just remember. And somewhere around 90, I can't remember what year it was. It was in the 90s. I was at my friend's place. I was at Frank's place. And at Frank's place, and he had this music, and I said, what? It was trippy, it was wild, it was like, I said, what is this? I said, what is this? I've heard it before. He said, Zeppelin, man. I'm like, why? He said, Zeppelin. Zeppelin. I'm like, is this Led Zeppelin? He's like, yeah, dude. I said, this is really good. He's like, I know. I said, I mean, this is really good. He's like, I know. Yeah. I thought it was wild. I was like tripping out. I was like, oh, and I'm like, that's really, really good. He's like, yeah, I know. and so because I'd heard bits and pieces of Led Zeppelin up until that point, and then I really went and seeked them out. I think I went and bought, I could have bought CDs down with me. I bought the first Led Zeppelin album, and then I bought Led Zeppelin 2. I don't know if I have a favourite Zeppelin album. I really love 2. 2 is fantastic, but then again, if I'm in the mood for the first one, that's Busy with Graffiti. Busy with Graffiti. Wow. And the BBC Sessions is also quite good. I like that 26 minutes of Days Get Confused. And so, I'll take the lead God. So I just thought that I would share this with you today. I just wanted to show a couple of things that I've got from Led Zeppelin, and I just wanted to share them. Just wanted to show them, and I hope. I was going to say. I was going to say I hope it went well, but no. So yes, I'll take very good care of this. And look, I think it's marvellous. It's terrific. These photos are beautiful. They're really, really, really beyond impressive. Because I love looking back at the old. I love looking back at that. Especially I love looking back at that stone stuff. Okay, Midnight Charlie Man, Patrick. Good evening. And that was very good. It was very, very good. And yes, yeah, we did that. Accomplished. Thank you for watching. Ooh, Midnight Charlie Man. Oh, I was ready to do this too. It's today's. Let me get it right. I saw the date upstairs. 9th. It's Tuesday the 9th. And this is an add-on to this video, which was done about a week and a half ago. Now, I was upstairs. I was ready to film 2 hours ago. Completely ready to film. That light didn't have enough charge on it. I didn't feel it had. My hair was wet. I totally avoid filming with hair, and that light there didn't have enough charge on it, and so I was charging it for another hour and a half, which is slightly painful because I was ready to film. And upstairs last night, I was watching this video back as it was. I was watching it back, and I thought I recalled that I didn't show enough of this, and I thought, I thought, why don't I just be decent? It'd be really decent to show more of this book, and to it just be a good thing to do to show. I am certain that this does have sufficient light on it. I thought, you know, I'll do the decent thing and show more of this. And so that was late last night, and it was like about midnight. I thought, I'm not going to come down to the garage at midnight, but I thought I'd give you a really good look at it, a good look at this book, because I thought, you know, that'd be a good thing to do. And a really good look. I went out to Bondi Beach today, and all the two-piece bikinis. No. I went out to Bondi Beach today, and 45 minutes in the sun and I'm done. I don't go in the water. Up to my ankles, I went up to my knees, just having a paddle. Didn't apply any lotion, because 45 minutes in the sun and I am done. I just like to sit down on the. I like to sit down on the seats. On that. When icebergs and you go around. Anyway, I sat on my. Couldn't sit on my usual seat because there was a council guy taking out weeds and bushes and that. That's a great look at that. That's a great photo. And Michelle, she sat near the front of the beach under all these trees and did a painting. That's a really good photo, isn't it? Because I was upstairs last night and I was watching this video back of what I got so far, and I thought I could show more. It'd be a decent thing to do, just to show a bit more. And so I thought, yeah, why don't I give a bit of a tour of this book? You know, a nice decent tour. It's extremely heavy. What I can do is I can just like this. And I remember on Rage when I was about 17 on Rage, and I remember Rage. They'd play 2 hours of AC/DC clips or 2 hours of AC/DC live, and they'd play a bunch of Zeppelin clips and Deep Purple. Rage is fond of playing Deep Purple, and then you get 10 AC/DC clips, and you get 5 or 6 Led Zeppelin clips, and then they'd play Iggy Pop. And a lot of the stuff they played, I was fascinated by it. I was curious about it. I thought it was fascinating. I didn't really understand it. I just thought, this sounds interesting, this sounds good. I remember the very first time I saw the video clip to Start Me Up. I was like, oh wow, I think this is important. This is important. It sounds good and it's important. So, and I have not looked at this yet, because I've put this back up on the shelf. I haven't put it on the stand or anything. I just put it on the shelf in the living room, and I eventually get around to things. These are some really good photos, aren't they? That's and I've always liked how Rage played a lot of live stuff. From the bands. It was, you know, and around if I was still watching Rage around 4 a.m. in the morning, I recall how they'd play bands that I'd never heard of, like it would be punk or metal or rock. At least play a lot of the Ramones. Never got into the Ramones. I appreciate the Ramones. There's one Ramone guy. There's two, because Ronnie Simmons, a guy that I know on the scene in Sydney. He now works in Los Angeles, but Ronnie Simmons was playing guitar for one of the Ramone guys, and he did very well with that. I don't know my information properly, but he was playing guitar with one of the Ramones guys a few years back, and Ronnie Simmons from the scene in Sydney. All these bands, all these bands that I didn't know who they were. They used to play a lot of Motorhead clips as well on Rage. That would be from a festival. I didn't bring my glasses down here. That's a really good photo, isn't it? I like that. This one here. And play Black Sabbath, they would. That's a curious picture. I like that one. It's an average day on the streets of London. That's quite a good photo. That is a very good photo. You've got to be very, very careful with this book. Oh, that's not really. Oh, these photos are amazing. That's that looks like it's from Outrider. Is that? Am I correct? Outrider. Outrider. I know that because I think I was looking up some photographs. Looking up some photographs of something the other night. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Technical issue. My back. I got an itch on my back. Sorry. Okay. I think it's. Oh, it's only because it's 40 degrees in here and I'm wearing a fur coat. Okay. I'm going to say it was Outrider. I was looking up some photographs the other night and the poster, and then the picture for Outrider came up, and that's how I remember it now. These are, if I brought my glasses down here, maybe I'll read some of this. There's some good ones coming up actually. Some really good ones coming up. Dazed and Confused, of course. My most memorable clip from Rage, from in my teenies, from growing up, is Dazed and Confused, mainly because it's the first one I saw. One of the first, and then immediately after I saw all these AC/DC clips. And oh yeah, that was nice and colourful. And that was just it was remarkable to me. It was remarkable. There was a bit of steam there. I was about 17, and the Dazed and Confused clip would come on, and it was just like, who are these guys? What is this? Because I'd heard up to then Kylie Minogue, John Farnham. I'd heard a little bit of Iron Maiden and AC/DC a little bit, mainly focusing on the top 40 Australian, top 40, all the top 40 stuff. And then watching Rage introduced me to a brand new world where they'd play everything that wasn't necessarily on the charts, but just everything. And it was even better when I got to see interviews, when they interviewed the artists, because I thought that their views were very interesting points of views, perspectives on life that they had. Oh. If I go upstairs, when I go back upstairs, and if these are all not in focus, I can't see, I might scream, but I'm fairly certain I won't have to. Is that Robert Plant pulling a face? I can't see without my glasses on. Yeah, late last night, and I was watching back this video because it's the next one I'm about to put up, that this is attached to, and that will be attached to, and I thought, I didn't show enough. I just thought I could show more. I'll do the decent thing, I'll do the good thing, and show more of it, give a nice tour of this book. Why not? Give a nice tour of this book while attempting to handle it very carefully indeed. Attempting to handle it very carefully indeed. And I like crispy photographs. Like crisp, like when there's a bit of grain, going on them. I like that with a photograph, when there is a bit of grain. That's from Zep 1, isn't it? That's from Zep 1. Zeppelin 1. And what else you got? A few things. This is just, I have a few Zeppelin bootlegs at home. At my parents' place. It's still at my parents' place. I've got something called My Brain Hurts. I think I bought it from Ashwoods in about 1992 for about, I don't know, $15. I used to splash out between $10 and $20 for a bootleg and think and that was a lot to me back then. I was like, that was almost like 2 records. Well, hang on. A record back in, because when the records used to come out back in the 90s, it was $19.82 or $20.80 from Big W. And spending certain amounts of money on bootlegs, I was like, well, this will hopefully be worth it one day. And I remember playing a bootleg once. I played a Zeppelin bootleg. My brain hurts. The sound was pretty crappy, but it was very interesting to listen to. There you go. Look at that. Oh, that's what I was going to mention. The song remains the same. I watched it. I watched the song Remains the Same. I think it was on YouTube. I played it on YouTube. And how do I say this in a diplomatic way? I can't hold this up because it's too difficult. It was dated. Well, obviously, but I enjoyed it to an extent. All the beginning part was interesting to see. It was, I thought it was okay. I enjoyed. I don't think I'd watch it. I think maybe I don't know if I'd watch it again. I wasn't overwhelmingly impressed by it, but yeah, at the same time, I thought this is, it's interesting enough. It's just, nice to see it again after all these years. All those beginning scenes I thought a little bit unnecessary, but it was good to see all the backstage stuff. That was okay. I just said then that I wasn't overly impressed by it. The song remains the same. No, I worded that really completely incorrect. The introduction, the opening to that film, Song Remains the Same, was a little bit unnecessary, a little bit dated now. All the live parts, I love all the live parts. All the live parts, they're terrific. I actually enjoyed all the live parts and all the backstage footage. Just the opening was a little bit, But I did appreciate all the live footage, yes. I wanted to convey that. Back to what I was saying. That's an interesting photo there. It was good. Now I don't know if I'm going to go all the way through this book. I may not go all the way through this book, but I wanted to show you a very decent. I wanted to show a decent amount of it, right? Just show you a decent amount of it, and so you can have anyone who wants to have a look at this. Just a nice decent amount of it. Yet by the same token, I love watching occasionally. I don't really watch Led Zeppelin live that much. I listen to their albums. I like listening to Led Zeppelin too sometimes, and the first album, the BBC Sessions. I like that. And oh, those are nice pants. Yes, I like that. I like it a lot. And, yes indeed. I should probably be wearing white gloves. I should probably be wearing white gloves for this. Indeed. Oh, that just reminded me, there's a movie. Have you seen The Redeemer? The Redeemer, Son of Satan, The Redeemer. It's a 1979 movie. I thought it was one of those movies that actually got me along with Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think it's a deja vu. The Redeemer, good movie. It's got some good stuff going in there. There's some brilliant pictures in here, really fantastic photographs. And I thought my mission for tomorrow is to go down to the garage and just give you a better glimpse. I thought I'd give you a better glimpse of this book. Thought the video, because I watched the video back and I thought, I'm not satisfied by this. That's not enough, Pat. Gotta do more. Show the audience a little bit more. This was wonderful. This wonderful. This marvelous. This wonderful. This marvelous book. that's pretty good too. It's extremely heavy. It's extremely heavy. And also, at the same time, I'm attempting to be very, very careful with it. I'm attempting to be very careful with it. And the more I get over to this side now, there's like 100 tons of weight on my hands. These must be all the passport stamps. So there's many more pages here. I think I'd like to keep going with it. Keep going with it for a bit. Just a few more. Like a few more. While attempting to be extraordinarily careful with the way I conduct the turning of the pages. I like those pants. I'm attempting not to get my fingers all over them. Not the pants, the book. We're trying to. Do you get the general idea of this picture? I think you do. Okay. Oh, yes, this is actually this really. So this is a part of this would be a part of the 26 minutes of Dazed and Confused. Yeah, these are absolutely really good. I'm very mindful of how I touch every page. Can I assume there was actually Jack Daniels in there? Oh, Pat, why are you even saying that, Pat? Okay, so just being very careful with this. Terrific stuff in here. I'd like to get a Motley Crue one actually, a Guns N' Roses one. Being that I was obsessed by Axl in the 90s, in the very early 90s. Axl / well, mainly Axl. Yeah, well, also very good. David Lee Roth. I've seen David Lee Roth. Saw him at the Stone Festival in Sydney in 2012. Absolutely amazing. He, Mr. Hollywood, just see. David Lee Roth is the showman, and as he may not be the best singer in the world, and he'll be the first to admit that. And Sammy Hagar, yes, Sammy Hagar had the voice, but not half the showman that Roth is. Sammy Hagar wishes he was half the showman that Roth is. Look, I like Sammy Hagar. I think Sammy Hagar is very good, but Roth, it's Roth all the way. It's Roth all the way. That's a good picture. I like this. The one we're sitting in the chair. This is a very good one. Roth, right? Sammy has the voice, Roth is a show off, and so I choose Roth. Just because I want that showmanship, Roth, all the way. I think there's too much to question there, to be honest. So yes, this book is now getting extremely heavy, but I feel that maybe this time I have shown a sufficient amount from this book. Because let me just, I think I've given you a better look at it, and I hope I would think that this is a bit more satisfying now. Oh, I think I mentioned in the video. I said in the other video. I said I said, when Michelle said, oh, I hope you like it, I said, you know, as long as it's music, movies, you know what, get me anything, I like it. You get me anything, I like it. Pick a flower out of the garden and give it to me, I like it. So that's nice now. That's nice now. Oh yeah. Oh no. I'm handling it in a good way. It's like doing a workout at the gym. I don't go to the gym, by the way, but this is my gym. It's my gym. By golly, my gym. I think that could conclude this now. Just each page I turn on my pad. Carefully. I know that maybe some people would have this on their. Some people would have their book on their. Let me choose a really good one. I can just hold up and just. Some people would have this on their. Some people may be very carefree with this and have it on their coffee table and whatnot. And I don't fall into that category. I fall into the category. It's on the shelf, and occasionally I look at it with extreme carefulness. I just. That's right. I actually really like Led Zeppelin too. I really like Led Zeppelin too, a great deal. It's Al's physical graffiti. And I heard Highway to Hell. I listened to Highway to Hell, the album, a couple of times in the past 4 or 5 days. Oh, I listened to it loud on my headphones. I don't use open speaker on the headphone on the bay. I don't have any headphones. My gosh. Wow. Yeah. Girls got rhythm. Girls got rhythm. Bon Scott with his vocals. Right. I was so impressed when I saw the Dazed and Confused clip. It was a mixture of all things: curious, fascinated, impressed with this guy, people who I'd never, musicians who I'd barely heard of, and Robert Plant's voice, and I like the colour in this. Isn't the colour is very impressive in this. The colour, these colours, look at how the red pops in a good way. Red pops. Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Well, I suppose it's a bit funny. Oh, well, I'm not into cricket, but yeah. And I thought, I was just saying, I haven't got my glasses on. I haven't got my glasses on. Peter Grant, that's his name. Oh, Peter Grant. Those were the days of rock and roll, weren't they? Really. Those were. I'm a '70s kid. I'm a '70s child. Upon seeing the dazed and confused clip, I just thought, oh, I need to be part of this world. Oh, I need to be part of this. I'd like to be a part of this world. Thank you very much. Similar to this first time I saw Jaws and Casablanca or African Queen or the 70s movie. So I need to be a part of this world. Okay, I'd like to be a part of this. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Alright. This is going to conclude soon, actually. I want to give you a really, really, really decent look. It's good. That light's holding out. The iris popper, I call it. These pages are extremely good quality as well. Very good quality. And let me duck brown. If that's not recording, I will fucking scream. Oh no, it's recording. It's recording. Everything's nice. Everything's good. It's recording. Rolling Stone magazine. Look at this. Rolling Stone magazine. Get your peepers on that. Oh, and thanks, Trish. If you see this video one day, Trish, thanks, Trish. Trish being my sister who bought this for me. Can you open that yet? Oh, I have now. I've opened it. Have now. And one can only hope that the sun's not reflecting badly off all this. Is that, do you feel like that is a satisfactory look through? I feel like that could be a satisfactory look through the book. Yeah. Should invest in a pair of white gloves. It's alright because I'm wearing gloves. If I don't have these gloves on, I can't concentrate. My hands get really cold. My hands just get painful, cold, pending. Like outdoors, I can go without them a little bit. But I like that outfit. I like the boots and the red pink cardigan. Coat. It's not a cardigan, it's a coat. I like it. Look at that one. That's nice. That's good. I like that. I think Nikki Sixx might have taken a bit from Jimmy Page. Who was it? New York Dolls. He also Nikki Sixx also took a bit. Right, I could have lost the last 30 seconds there. I might have lost the last 30 seconds. So very good. And now I am now satisfied. I am now satisfied by this. That's very good. That's a decent look. And it's an insight. Journey through the book, and very good, and very good. Midnight Charlie Man. Okay, I'm going to run through.